Hello, and welcome back to the eCast. I'm your co-host Cobra, and I'm here with my fellow co-hosts Loopie and Xydrra. Please introduce yourselves.
What
Hi.
it do, boys? What it do? And
My introduction was so weird.
We're
welcome back to the eCast, everybody. And yeah, Cobra, take it away.
All right. Loopie, please take it.
Okay, look.
I'm not gonna.
Let me just say something. I just want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. I know we've said it already, but thank you for your support on last week's episode. We got over 70 viewers. I think we have 9 likes or something like that, and I think we're around like 15 subscribers. That's insane. Like I never thought we'd actually get this many people interested all at once into this podcast, and we're glad that this happened.
And it all started from a meme. Let's think about it. It all started from
it all started with Xydrra randomly saying like, "Hey, how about starting something called eCast?"
Yeah, exactly.
Basically that.
Yeah, basically that. And yeah, for real though, thanks for the support, the recommendations.
Yeah.
We have received. Everything is amazing. Like the feedback,
all the kind words, bro.
All the kind words, yeah. In the comments, even though there might be 3 comments still, and one of them is from us, but still, thank you all for the support and the general feedback. We will push, like we said, we will push an episode every week. We'll record this on a certain day, and the next day we'll upload it. But it all started with the letter E. And speaking of letters, boys, I have a solid question that I've been meaning to ask you. Have you ever thought about a favorite letter in the alphabet? I don't know. I've been curious.
Oh yeah, for sure. I have 3 actually.
3?
Yes, I have 3. The letter
E. I know one of them is E, like the normal E.
The regular E.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have
the other 2.
The letter I and the letter Y. And you're wondering why.
I am wondering why.
Yeah. Oh, you're using my favorite letters to ask this question. Okay.
But right. For real, why are your
because
your favorite letters?
E is obviously English, and I means E in French, and Y is E in Spanish. So if you think about it, these letters reunite each other to form E.
The trifecta of E.
Yes, that's the triple threat of E. And I could speak 3 languages. 3 has 2 E's in it. Okay, I'm done.
All right, Wait. All right. You're going a little far, Loopie.
Wait, you can you can speak Spanish?
A little bit. I'm learning, but yeah, hablo un poco español.
Hola, papi, ¿cómo estás?
I understand.
Cobra, what is your favorite letter of the alphabet? Tell us.
I would
tell us what it is.
Definitely say that I have 2 favorites, and the first one is a Scandinavian, mostly Scandinavian letter called E, or E, which is basically an A and an E combined into one letter.
It's kind of weird. Pump's favorite word.
Yeah, but if it had to be like an English letter, which one would you choose?
Probably W. Because there's one. If it's a solid reason, that's completely debatable. But W, because that's the first letter of a name that I worship every night. I have an altar in my attic for my all holy savior, Waluigi, and pray to him every night. I do sacrifices.
Oh my god!
I do sacrifices every night. I also have completely devoted myself to playing tennis on the Wii, playing only as Waluigi.
Oh, tennis on the Wii! That game is so fun.
I have it on Switch.
Table tennis on the Wii. Oh my god, dude!
Bowling. Oh, I remember just like the original Wii Sports. Bowling. I remember original Wii Sports. There's the boxing thing. If you had the nunchucks, you could just punch the ever living fuck out of the air.
I still have
that. You would still win.
mad, bro.
I still have that in my room. Like I have a Wii and I have like 4 controllers, 4 nunchucks. I have like 4 steering wheels.
Bro, this is the Wii
Whenever you guys get down here, we'll play Mario Kart, and I'm gonna wreck your Oasis.
Yeah, I played Mario Kart recently. I sucked ass, and I was playing as
really
Waluigi, and I disgraced him so bad.
Bro.
And yet you still have the power to worship him.
Yeah, trust me. The night I fucking lost that kart race, I went into my attic and apologized for at least 4 hours, just praying.
Oh my
Probably
God.
so disappointed in you.
Yeah, Waluigi would definitely be disappointed in me.
But
110%.
Hey, in the bright side, if you turn the letter W 45 degrees to the right, guess what? E.
You have an E, and if you turn it flip it, it's a 3, which has 2 E's.
And if you turn it upside down, it's an M.
It's an M.
Bro, it's such a wide.
And if you dissect it in half and flip it again, it's my favorite letter, V. I don't know why. I've always loved the letter V. I have no reason behind it. I mean, it's just like super. I don't know. It's just like it's an upside down A without the dash between, and I don't know. Like V, you have so many like pretty words with it, like vagina.
Yes.
Oh my God, I shouldn't laugh at that. That's basically like a fucking elementary school going like, he said vagina.
Yeah, it's pretty much elementary school banter.
Yeah, I'm so sorry for laughing. That's that's immature for me.
You have like professional teams starting with this name, like Fox in CS, but you also have like people that start with this letter. So let's mention one of them, Vaktus. That's the next topic.
My boy here with the transitions.
My boy.
Like OBS Studio transition. Yeet. So, do we have any updates about it? And if yes, no. If yes/no,
yes.
what are they?
Yes and yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Vaktus. All right. Let me start off by talking about this huge plot twist, about Vaktus. Remember when I said, he's a Roblox YouTuber, people made videos about him and such, and his channel was Lord Vaktus. That turns out that after all these 5 years that I thought it was him, it's actually not. The night after recording the eCast, I decided to kind of like investigate to see where he's at today, see if I can talk to him and kind of like confront him for like all the shit that he's done.
Maybe get
to
some
confront
closure.
him to confront him for his so-to-so crimes.
Yeah.
So what happened?
I finally get in contact with Vaktus on Discord. At least I thought so. And then he says, "I believe you were talking to an imposter. May you,
1 sec.
Okay.
You guys can continue. It's just somebody want to grab a hold of me. 1 sec.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take your time.
We apologize for that. Anyways.
No worries.
Vaktus says, "I believe you're talking to an imposter." That can't be. I mean, like we, played Minecraft and such. We, did shit together, but you also kind of did some fucked up things to me. And then he was like, "I think I know who you're talking about." And then he links me like 3 videos of like, "Is this the guy you're talking about?" Turns out it's actually him. His Minecraft username is Vaktus _.
Yeah.
And I have no idea how he found him. Almost led me to think that he might actually just be covering his own ass. But
do you think so?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think that it's actually, the real Vaktus.
The person who was talking to you was the real OG Vax, and the other one was just an impersonator.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, to this day, I'm gonna be honest, because it's a week later, right? I don't know how to feel about this, because talking to real Vaktus kind of made me think, why didn't I talk to this kind of Vaktus 5 years ago? And why did I end up with a Vaktus that was pretty much terrorizing me for 1.5 years?
I'm back. Sorry for if I interrupted. If I'm interrupting.
It's fine. We were going to the confusing.
Yeah. Please. Please keep me up to date with what you're talking about. I was gone. My brother's friend wanted a drink, like some Jaeger.
Yeah, it's fine. Like Jaeger is always good, but he was saying that he wished he was talking to the Vaktus that he talks now like 5 years prior. That's why.
Yeah. All right.
Basically,
just
a brief recap.
The matured one version of him.
The actual Vaktus.
Actual Vaktus.
Because despite him being this kind of like evil, sinister character on Roblox, because that's what he's kind of playing as. He doesn't play as this character like in real life. He's not delusional. He actually has a fucking brain,
He's kind.
He has a sense of heart.
Yeah. He has a sense of heart. He has empathy and sympathy, right?
Basic human emotions.
Basic human emotions. Yes. Yeah. He is human, and that's what because that's what kind of made me open to talk about this to him and to y'all right now. So that's
thank you for sharing as always, because sharing from one to another is always important.
Yeah.
And honesty should be the key in any friendship, relationship, family, whatever.
Honesty is one of the most important things in any kind of just relationship, period.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
With anyone,
be it friend or family or
significant other.
Girlfriend
that kind of
/ boyfriend. Yeah.
Everyone deserves honesty.
Exactly. At least to some extent. Depends if you're comfortable with it.
Yeah,
of course. Because I'd rather much hear the truth how it is rather than be lied to, of course.
Exactly.
And I think any of us would like to do that.
Yeah, exactly. I would rather have the cold hard truth instead of somebody lying to my face.
Exactly.
I have a couple stories to talk about.
Yeah, go ahead. The floor is yours.
This is before, finding out and just before completely stopping to talk to him. It's quite fucked up. So if you are sensitive to stories that aren't too good, then you are free to skip to the part where we don't talk about this anymore. But as for now, I am going to talk about it. So this dates back till 2015.
And this was also the disclaimer and warning. So
yeah.
As you said, listen at your own risk.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because it is pretty fucked up for a story. So this, like I said, this goes back till 2015. I don't know when. All right, but I get a call from a mutual friend saying that Vaktus has booted him offline, that he can't go online anymore, that he's being traced, his location and everything. The only way that he was able to communicate was with his phone hotspot. Back then, I didn't even know that existed. But yeah, he's saying that his entire internet is just fucked.
It's just gone, non-existent.
Hotspot is kind of an obscure thing still, I think.
Yeah, it is pretty obscure. It is pretty obscure, because that could also fuck up your mobile data.
Your data is gonna get fucking slurped up. It's gonna get absolutely.
It's gonna get juiced like crazy. Yeah,
it will.
What's that term, juiced?
I mean, I don't think that's the right term to say, but it's gonna be drained.
I know what you mean.
Data is gonna be drained.
It was just a term. It was kind of a funny way to put it.
Some words I kind of misplaced, so apologize.
Me too.
It's okay. It's okay. I mean,
so he said your friend was the only thing that was kept on the internet that was capable was his hotspot feature.
Yes, on the phone.
Right.
Otherwise, he would have been on internet. Anyways, the next day, he gains internet back. He says, "It's all good. I got my internet back. Vaktus and I were on good terms now."
Yep.
I completely lose contact with him for a week. He didn't unblock me. He didn't went completely ghost. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Turns out, the day after noticing that, Vaktus gives me a call, or I call Vaktus. I don't know.
Probably you called Vaktus. I'm just giving why would he know that you knew this?
I have no clue what it is, but
Because
go on.
we were really good friends.
Yeah, you probably would have mentioned it though, because if you didn't, it would be irrelevant for him to just randomly like call you.
Yeah.
If you remember correctly, he was harassing me, and threatening to boot me offline if he didn't call me, and if I didn't answer. So it might have been him doing that.
It might have been that. So anyway, the call happens. Then
and the call happened. As I'm gonna call my friend Tom. I don't know if that's his name, to be honest. I don't remember anymore. But
okay, so Tom.
So I say, hey, you know what happened to Tom? He went ghost for about a week and a half, and then he says, yeah, I hired a hitman. He's gone. The moment I said that, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I didn't cry. I didn't feel anything. No emotions. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't know how to feel about this. First of all, I didn't want to believe. But then as time went on, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Yeah, he's actually fucking gone. Oh my God.
Yeah, you were like, you were not like inclined to believe it at first, but then as time went on, it kind of developed.
It wasn't believable at the start because it was only a couple of days, I could imagine, but after it's been like some time, it was like it would seep in, being like, oh my God, this could actually like have happened, because he's not been, he hasn't contacted me in a while. He hasn't even been
and
on.
I've reached out, right? I got 2 different social medias. I mentioned I got 2 different social medias of him. Like I have pretty significant contact with this guy, and he's gone completely ghost. And then Vaktus tells me that. I'm actually more inclined to believe it as time goes on, and it's actually the scariest shit. And I don't know why I didn't feel anything back then. I don't know why I just didn't stop talking to him. It must have been like this mental abuse. But honestly,
I think it's been fear. I think you were afraid, but you were not like that keen to show it that you were afraid.
Yeah.
Because you didn't want to show any weakness to him, because otherwise you would think he could exploit it.
No, he did. Like, being a 10-year-old, you can't hide fear. It's gonna happen. You're going to be scared.
Yeah, you have to be scared, otherwise, Did Vaktus do anything to anyone else except your friend?
He did, but I'd also like to talk about something that's related to the whole hitman thing. He forced me to put a hit on one of my foes. I'd say, like frenemies,
Frenemy,
yeah. I don't know why he forced me to do that, because that is literally the craziest shit you can ever make. Ordering a hit. No, being forced to order a hit on a human being. That is literally, I don't know how and why this happened, but
he had no remorse. He had the power.
In my mind, if you order a hitman to kill somebody, you might as well have been the person who did it.
Yeah.
Because you basically paid in a way, but you basically paid someone else to do the dirty work for you. You're the person who wants that. You're the person who wants that guy dead, and you paid money to have another dude just absolutely do the job for you.
To another person to have suffer the tragic loss of death. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So in my mind, that makes you the murderer. Basically, the other guy is not like. He's still guilty.
He's the murderer in the physical case, but in the mental case, you initiated the whole thing.
Yeah, you're the one who paid it. You're the one who contacted it, the hit, or whatever the fuck.
Right.
The bounty or something. Well, there was no money involved. It was all, but
asking kindly, hey, can you do this?
Full disclosure.
This initiation, what happened?
Okay, full disclosure. The guy I was forced to order a hit on is not dead. That I know of. I have had contact with him like a year later, which brings me to think that he's actually not fucking dead, right? Obviously. But what happened is I get a response back from the hitman. Now, just saying, this was not from my email. TeamViewer was used So it was actually from Vaktus's email.
Mm-hmm.
But
What was it?
the hitman knew it was me. So anyways, hitman responds, says, I'm blindfolded as to why you would order a hit, request, such a thing. I think we should be the one going for you and not the other. And at this moment, I left the call. I turned my iPad off. I ran upstairs. It was nighttime. And then I was like, hey, yo, someone's ordering a hit on me.
I'm sorry. It's just the way you said it. Like, I'm just imagining, like,
Yeah.
young you
I
running up the
imagine
stairs to your parents being like, hey, yo.
Okay,
I really do apologize for laughing at this.
Okay, I didn't say hey, yo. No, like, honestly, it's the past. So I, like...
Yeah. The hatchet is buried already.
To such a small detail, you wouldn't remember what you actually said.
I care less about what happened to me than what happened to my friend. So
because nothing happened to you, but something obviously happened to the other dude. Like something did.
Fucking dead, bro.
Yeah,
like,
let's not assume the worst. That's my suggestion. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know what happened to your friend, but I am still in a way scared.
There's so much evidence. Like,
we can't prove it. That's the thing. We can't prove it.
No, there's nothing. There's no evidence.
There's nothing we can do about it. Yeah, I understand.
I told him, like, if you do go ghost or if you do something, kind of like alert me. Like, I briefly said, tell me, make a new account or something like that, and just keep me posted.
Keep in touch.
Keep me posted.
Yeah, keep in touch. Keep in touch, please.
Yeah.
But then it's been like a week, 2 weeks, and no response.
A month, 2 months, 3 months, like
nothing.
Like, what the hell? Why is this happening?
That's when like shit went down, But
I don't know if this is like too personal information. Did you know how old he was?
I think he was a couple years older than me.
So, for example,
could you say it's old as us or younger?
I'd say like around 12, 13.
All right. 12, I would 13, still think that, because you said that Vaktus doxed him, right?
Yeah.
That would still fuck you up, because that's still scary to think about, that this guy has control over something in your house. Like, if he has control of something in your house, typically he knows where you live. In my mind, the most reasonable and the most, like, the lightest way of, like, putting this is that he maybe never went back to the internet. That might be a big thing to say, but he probably never went back out of just pure fear of what could possibly happen.
That's my suggestion too. It might be pure fear.
Like, I wish he actually, kind of like laid low, but I wish I was, like, if he actually was laying low, I wish I would have been alerted for that.
Yeah, you would like to know if he actually, like, would never come back, so you at least knew that he wasn't just dead after that incident.
I really hope that he comes back sometime. I really do.
I don't think he's going to come back.
I can't say for certain, but I'm still kind of hopeful.
If he did lay low, but, like, I'm actually under the belief that he's, actually, like, gone. Like, I've reached out, like, the last time I reached out was 2 years ago. So that's 3 years after the incident. So do you think a 15-year-old would, just still stay out of the internet for something that happened 3 years ago?
No, I'm sorry. Hydra, go ahead.
Yeah, sometimes people have, like, these fears. Like, sometimes for a person it's super hard to overcome something, but I don't know in that case, so I can't say for certain. That's my thing. That's my 2 cents.
All he was booted off the line. He didn't know that there would be a hit on him.
Right.
Because he told me that he and Vac was, like, on good terms again.
He could have been manipulated into that, actually.
Yeah, I think
very well have been. To cover Vaktus's ass in a way,
Yeah, because he seems like a really manipulative person.
Yeah, a really manipulative person. And speaking of which, did he do anything else? Like I asked,
So
I know I
Did he
asked
do
before,
more?
but did he?
yeah. So
Yeah, did he do more?
back to me. So back to me.
But before you do, another possibility that could have happened, like you said, he should keep in touch with you.
Yeah.
Even if the situation really did scare him to the point of him not really wanting to come back, maybe he could have like changed alias, but never actually like he was too scared to keep contact with anybody from that old past. That sounds
Yeah,
very
that
dramatic,
could be a
but
possibility too.
everything could be a possibility. Death, never
Yes,
come back to the
everything,
internet,
but
new alias, just not
Yeah,
communicating
a
with the
new
old people.
identity. Yeah.
Exactly,
yeah.
like everything could have happened.
I mean, I wish he's alive, but I'm under the
just-
impression and under the belief that like it might have actually fucking happened. And if
So
I,
yeah,
I'm
we're dwelling
very
onto
sure, but
this.
yeah,
Tell us
we're
more.
okay. So back to me. I
Yes.
Mhm.
I'm told from Vaktus, he's gonna hop on a plane tonight, and he will be landing the next day. Lock your doors. Now, me being me, like in the past, I didn't know, like I actually believed him because first of all, from America to here, it's like 2 days, depending on where you are. But
Yeah, depends on your location.
yeah, but
But at the time,
ignored
you
that
were
'cause
really scared, and
I was
then
having a panic attack. Couldn't sleep
Yeah.
at night. My heart was beating. I had
I'm sorry for
palpitations,
that.
and having a family that doesn't even care. Just said, "Oh, it's just bullshit. You'll go back to sleep." And then
Mhm.
almost getting fucking grounded because
Because of this
parents,
whole ordeal.
yeah, adults don't want to fucking believe kids, like younger kids, for some stupid reason. It's just like the thing with Momo today.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Momo
there are
situation, like
adults. I mean, no offense to any, but there are adults who don't listen, and
Yeah,
it's just
did
kind
something
of upsetting. It's upsetting.
yeah.
say
yeah,
the least.
did something ever happen
No,
with the Momo situation? I'm sorry for like going off rail, but
probably. I don't
yeah,
know.
probably because it was such a like
Okay.
world spread thing.
Okay, I want to talk about one last thing with the Vaktus. Wrap it up.
Mhm.
We'll talk about something that has to do with video game, causing violence. But let me just say this story first. We can wrap this
Yeah.
whole Vaktus update up.
Yep. Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna call with mutual friend and a new person, which is a girl. I'm gonna give her a name. I'm gonna find shit.
Keep her anonymous. Keep her
yeah.
anonymous.
I'm gonna call her Jen.
Okay. Sure.
All right.
And I'm gonna
And
call my
you're-
other friend John. All right. I don't know if he wants to be anonymous or not, but I'm just John.
Keep them anonymous for privacy's sake. Yeah.
Yeah, for out of respect.
Out of
Anyways,
respect. Yeah. So you're in a call with them.
yeah, and I was pretty much being the one that's always ridiculed by Vaktus due to obviously my young age and my videos on YouTube back then. And I was just leaving the call because I had enough. I had enough of his shit. And then this girl like jokingly says, "If you join back, I'll send nudes." And then I don't join back because I don't care.
Yeah, you couldn't care less.
Understandable.
Your situation is like really bad, so you couldn't care less.
Like, bro, I'd rather just this whole shit end than just see a pair of tits from a 15-year-old. It's like I don't
not worth the time.
Yeah.
And the effort.
Then I joined back the call because I was convinced something else. I was probably threatened. I don't know. And then all of a sudden, Vaktus fucking terrorizes her and actually makes her do it. Actually fucking did it. I saw it with my own eyes. I left the call again out of like, why did he do that? And then, no more contacts until the next day. Vaktus now announces that he's fucking dating this girl, and then it lasts for like 3 months, and then Vaktus says he's gonna go to so and so country and meet up
to be with her.
Yeah. Next day I ask the girl, like, did Vaktus actually come over to see you? And then Jen says, the name I give her.
Yeah.
No, he's a big fat liar. I'm not with him anymore. He's, manipulative and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And while she was sending those messages, he was the one, harassing me, taking my connection, trying to threaten me and shit. And, it's just fucked up. But
yeah.
Hey, anyways.
The entire situation was, I'm sure it was a mess. Yeah. Just completely fucked up.
It was a pure crap show.
I have a lot more Vaktus stories. Guys, in the comments or by liking the video, if you want more, if you guys are interested, then
yeah,
just let us know. I'm open to talk about that, but
I don't know what caused for him to be so evil in his intents and maliciousness. I don't know the real reason. I never talked to the guy or whatever.
Abuse of power.
The abusive, manipulative.
Realizing you have power, realizing you can dominate someone's mind.
You can abuse it to such an extent to make someone like basically do your bidding. It's just sickening.
It makes people extremely greedy. Like, really greedy. They think that whatever they do, they will have no consequence because of the power and all that shit. So they can just do whatever the fuck they want, basically.
Exactly.
But consequences still, there's consequences to bad actions, and we all know that.
Like, in conclusion, he's just a piece of shit.
He is a piece of shit. And to think that in this situation, being 99% certain that my fucking friend died because of this situation makes me even more pissed at him. Because as 2017, 2018 went, I don't know why, but my fucking anger against him fades away. This year, I'm fucking mad now. Like,
right.
Your engine has revved up in a way.
I'm just gonna stop talking about it. Let's move on to the next topic.
Are we done with the Vaktus thing?
Yeah, we're done for now.
We're done.
Right,
and as I was saying, I'm sorry for interruption, Cobra, but some people can get triggered quite easily. Like, there's a difference between getting triggered at a video game and using that trigger to do something malicious. Like, I've seen some people like when I'm playing any online game, like, right, I'm playing something and then this guy gets super mad and says he'll do whatever stuff. Do you guys think that first of all, do you guys think that playing a certain type of video game, say like a shooter or like horror games, do you guys think that these games provoke actual physical violence?
Can you maybe give that question again later? Because the thing I wanted to say before you talked is kind of like welcome the other people that didn't listen to the Vaktus topic. Wanted to welcome them back to this later part of the podcast, and it's kind of like more safe now. But a lot of the I want to still disclaimer for the rest of the podcast. This episode's gonna have a lot of maybe trigger worthy content, so
it's gonna have a lot of everyday topics.
Listen at your own risk.
Yeah, I will put that as and one of us, whoever uploads this, probably me because I'm recording.
Well, yeah.
In
the description, just say in the description and in a pinned comment.
Yeah, disclaimer. All right.
Yeah, so back to the question, like, do you guys actually think that, like, violent games or shooter games or whatever, do you think that these games could provoke aggression and violence in real life? And why do you think so?
Cobra, go first.
To some extent. I don't know the full detail because it's a story I heard a long time ago. But there was this kid, I don't remember what game he was playing. It was probably like COD or GTA. He wasn't even that old. I don't know if this is real or fake, by the way. This is just what I heard, and I didn't research it, so it's just me saying what I heard. So this is not fact. This is me just talking what I heard.
Yeah.
I heard this kid, either he shot or stabbed his grandmother to death. And people blame it on the video game because he was such a young age and he watched that and played those kind of games. To that extent, if you actually act upon it, then I can kind of understand it at such an early age. But if we're talking about the older, like when you hit past maturity,
Yeah,
if you don't really do that stuff, I'd say if you do like go to extreme lengths, it's more understandable when you're young because you don't really get exposed to that. So the only way you would know is if you played those kind of games. Am I right? If you guys
Right.
get me.
Mm.
But if you're
So like
older,
Manhunt, yeah.
if you're like 15, random age, 15, you kind of know these things happen in the world. You play video games,
like,
sure, but if you went to do like the younger person did and acted upon your actions, that could have just as well been something you knew from the real world, like watched something on the TV, something on the news. Might as well been that than the video game. Like the video games are mostly made to like not be stressed,
to simulate.
That too, but also like people come home from work. I know this is also used a lot. People come home from work. They've been on a fucking 9 to 5 job. That's a job.
Yeah,
and they just want to chill. You know what I mean. They just want to calm down, sit on a couch, play some games or something. It's a way to like calm down. It's a peaceful thing.
It's a way to relieve the build-up stress from whatever they were doing
from everyday life, basically, from everyday adult life. If we're talking about like 18 and over.
Yeah, exactly. Loopie, what do you think about this?
I apologize for the background noise. My mom called me, but
right.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
So, what's your opinion on the matter?
Okay. I think that video games could cause violence if this violence is already like premeditated in some sort. If that makes any sense.
As in to be built in the back of your head.
Also, you being raised has a lot to say. If you're in a bad family, that would have a lot to say. Because if you're in that kind of household where your dad or your mom absolutely just beats the ever living shit out of you, that might as well have something clear to say.
Like the social setting of a family does affect you.
Exactly.
It really does.
Yeah.
At early ages, how you get raised and how you get treated by your parents has the highest, maybe not the highest, I'm kind of maybe over-exaggerating, but it has an extreme effect on the child's like mentality on things, how he's going to be acting as a person in
the foreseeable future.
Her, the person in general, the child.
The person in general.
In the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
Has a lot to say.
So, it depends the environment that you are in. All right. If, for example, let me just, imagine a completely new scenario. Like, what if, I don't know, your dad left you and your mom's an alcoholic or something like that?
That's very extreme.
I know.
Very extreme, bro.
I know, but that's where
for some families, it's reality.
Most crimes from video games kind of happen because, first of all, when you have parents who are kind of like not really moderating your screen time,
not really.
I'm being really cheesy because, look, did you guys get like some sort of like let me think, like strict rules in terms of screen time?
I did, and I still do because I still live under my parents' roof, and in the end, they still have the last word. They still have the last say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For example, now, and this is just me. People are probably gonna ridicule me. Oh, he's so childish, bro. He's an adult, bro. Shut up. I'm living under my parents' roof. I don't want to like piss them off or against them. Or
you have
shit
to
like
make
that.
compromises.
I have to compromise with what I've got.
Yeah, it's
from
normal.
Monday to Thursday, I can only stay up until 10 p.m. because my dad goes to work at 3 a.m. So he needs sleep and he wants peace and quiet. I have a little brother at the age of 7. He also needs to go to school and he also goes to bed at 8. So typically they want peace and quiet. So I have to close everything down.
You have to comply in a way.
Yeah, I have to comply and I have to be quiet and I have to close the shits at 10. But here in the weekends, Friday and Saturday, maybe not Sunday, sometimes Sunday, but Saturday I can stay up however the long I want because that's what I compromise with them. because I said it was kind of unfair and all that. Because
I mean,
am an adult.
Bedtimes,
I do understand.
Like bedtimes don't like really like matter for like the thing. I mean, like during the day, like the screen time like limits. Like I'm kind of like going through the similar things to you, Cobra. Just in the weekend, obviously, I have to like close everything at midnight because for my own good, right?
For your own health.
So we do have tiny bits of screen time, limitations, but I believe if I'm imagining you guys are not in an environment where your parents are, beating the shit out of each other or just like being extreme. So it really does depend, like, the environment.
It really depends on the
how
family
you get
setting.
raised, your environment, your parents like raising you. 1 second. This might be loud, but it's hella hot in here, and I gotta open the window.
Okay, I will carry on from there. So depends the environment you're. It depends how long you're playing this game. It depends how much.
How much does it actually affect you as a person?
How much dedication and work you're putting into this game, and what are you taking seriously, and or if you consider this a game or a way of life.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's such a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
Someone would see it in a different light to others, and they would perceive it as a reality that is not really a reality. It's augmented, not augmented, fictional.
Take GTA. Take GTA.
The best example, GTA
is the most realistic game like ever because it's civilized, well, not really because it's crime, it's crimes everywhere.
Yeah, but it is
civilized in the way that simulates real life.
You're in a house, you have a family, depending which character you play as.
Yeah, Michael.
Not Trevor though, but
yeah,
or Franklin. He's just got his homies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
family is a different value thing. Like it could mean like your biological parents, or you could mean like someone close to you. And like I understand like people who say like adopted, like no, like I don't. It's not to be ashamed. Like adopting a kid is really good if you could not have a kid. But I'm saying like family is whoever is closest to your heart, whatever your social setting could be.
Yeah,
adopting children is extremely good because some children don't get the opportunity to like get family love. Like that might sound weird, but
like a good relationship.
They don't get to have that.
Yeah.
But let me give my 2 cents about the whole violence thing because we kind of directed between you two. So I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I still didn't really like finish.
Yeah, but okay, go on.
Okay, so in conclusion, my opinion is, it does cause violence, right? It's obviously a yes, and it's very inevitable. What can be done to prevent it? Parents' awareness and, and vision and and their, parenting, parenting needs to be done.
Yeah,
first of all,
that's what I said. That's what I want
probably
to
the
say.
Most cliche thing to say, but
it's not really.
Some games, some games, you shoot people. Please do your best to keep your guns safe as well. And okay, so parent your child, kind of like limit, screen time, or don't buy your kids 18 plus games, or don't let your kids try to get access to those 18 plus games. I don't know why parents just manage to buy Grand Theft Auto and think it's okay.
Yeah, some parents do it just to have like their child shut up. But you can like, we're not here to lecture you. If no parent is gonna watch this or listen to this podcast, but if by the slimmest chance,
you may never know.
That's what I was about to say. If the slimmest chance is there, we're not here to lecture you how to raise your child, but
we're teaching you how to be more aware of things.
Yeah, be more aware, and I'm just playing with stuff. I can't sit still.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Because maybe like this, like the least you can do, the least parenting could probably save a life, depending on how like dark the situation is. Anyways,
Yeah.
please please just raise your fucking kid properly. Like, goddamn.
And
If
video games.
if you're abusing your child,
Yeah.
which is quite obvious when you are, just raise your kid properly and don't make your child become a future psychopath. Like, that might be over exaggerating. No, that is over exaggerating, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. But anyways, video games.
I never finished my thought.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I never
you
finished my
side-railed.
thought. You side-railed quite a lot, but it's fine. Like, I get it. Well, in my opinion, like my general opinion, it varies. Like, it varies from a person to person. Like, some person, like, say, if it's a young age, what would be wise for the parent to do is to make sure the kid doesn't know, like that does know the distinguish between this and reality, so it doesn't get that. But some people do get influenced by video games. So I remember back a few years, like I don't know how much, there was one time this teenager who secretly, because his parents didn't allow him, he secretly played Halo, and they locked the Halo when it's safe because they found out and was like, the kid went into a murderous rage and shot, I think, his mother to death. And he fatally wounded his father. So in some cases, it could perhaps trigger something in a person. But from as far as my research goes, because they did like a research like in uni for it, most people don't really get affected by it because they see it weighted as a stress relief. Like they are aware that's not real, and they know that nothing provocative could happen.
Yeah.
And the sad thing about gaming, however, let me go to another thought. The sad thing about gaming, some people in multiplayer gaming, or in real life, like we said before, they abuse their power so much. Like, you have voice chats and everything, they like insult or whatever. They basically bully. Like, they bully the other side. And recently there was a clip on Twitter that surfaced about this, I don't know his name, starts with a Q,
Quaden Bales, I think.
About this 9-year-old who was crying, scratching his throat, was like, oh, I want to kill myself, I don't want to do this because of the effects of that. Yeah. So I wanted to bring that up because there were some people who think that the whole ordeal with this clip is fake. Like, I think there's actually an 18-year-old and not a 9-year-old who it's a scam to use for money. Yeah. So do you guys think that is fake, or do you think that it's like real?
Personally,
and let's not sidetrack this too much.
Yeah.
I think.
Cobra. Shit, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Do you want to go ahead?
Yeah, I can. I personally think it's real. We kind of talked about this yesterday when we were rehearsing what we would talk about in today's episode.
We briefly mentioned
it and talked about it for like 5 minutes, but I'm going to bring that exactly up what I said yesterday. Is that,
what do you think it's real?
I think the 18-year-old, I have a strong doubt, because Quaden was on the news. I saw that. He was on the news in Australia. Mm-hmm. And for that to happen, they have to get like they need some legal like stuff to do that.
Yeah, there was a news report in Australia.
His last name, birth date, like his birth date.
Yeah. There was a news report from Australia, dude. Yeah.
They can clearly see his legal age. So
well.
Yeah, there was a news report going back to 2015, basically showing the kid.
There might be a form that the mother has to fill out, and if this is fake, obviously the mother is in on it.
Yeah, exactly.
There could be a form, right, that you fill out, actually, saying the date of birth, right. And the news might, base it off of that, But I want to let Cobra continue his, opinion before I go.
Also, I think a lot of people use this as an excuse because he has dwarfism. Because
Yeah,
no
true.
matter
The
how
kid
much, no matter how much you age, you'll always have this body that you see Quaden have. He will
Yeah.
not. He will not grow, or he will, but not like rapidly, like normally, like
The
normal
least he can
humans.
have is facial hair, really.
Yeah, he doesn't. And in my opinion, I saw the video of him crying. I personally think it was genuine, because I have a little brother. I've seen him being extremely upset, and it was kind of like seeing the same thing there.
Yeah, exactly.
So, in
Like,
my opinion, it seems very genuine. And I can't
yeah,
imagine how him being 18 is possible. Again, because of the legal stuff the news probably need from his parents. So, unless
right.
the news are also in on the fake shit,
Yeah,
which
you never know.
you never know, but I would like to
Yeah.
think that they aren't, because they're a news source. It's kind of their job to bring the news, and it has to kind of be legitimate, even though you kind of see
Most
them.
don't.
Most
Yeah,
don't, but
here's the thing.
TV is mostly like TV news is, for the most part, I live in Denmark, they come with real shit. They come with the fucking facts, cold hard facts.
True.
So,
Yeah.
Let me quickly reiterate something. Like you
yes.
said about the news, there was a news report 5 years ago about that kid specifically. And the news report showed him when he was like 4 years old, actually. I think it showed him, yeah, here standing tall, 4-year-old raising awareness of dwarfism. So, and there were people who were claiming his Instagram was like fake and whatever, and there was like photos of him in a club and just saying, oh, but he must be fake and everything. So let me hold up. Let me actually pull up this. So here's something that's been said. Just so you know, he scammed everybody. He's 18, has plenty of money, and yeah, everyone. Now, if I'm wrong, please source your link and explain why to me. He's an Instagram celebrity and deleted captions pertaining to his 18th birthday post. However, his mother actually posted a photo of a 18th birthday party which he was invited to. So she debunked the whole theory
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah,
So
people jump to conclusions really fast.
yeah, and to an honestly, at first because I didn't know much about it, and then I delved deep because I didn't know why would people think that it's fake when I was reading and there was this proof, and I was like, shit, this stuff hurts people. Like to bully someone being virtually or physically. This shit, this shit. I'm sorry for swearing, but this stuff leaves a mental scar on your psyche, and it hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like
you should
to
always be. You should always aim to be your best, and no matter what happens, to be strong. Because there are victims of bullying, and I'm one of them. I'm
me too.
I don't know about you guys. I think we all have been bullied one way or another.
Yeah.
But
I'm not proud to admit it, but I've kind of bullied some people back in the past, and I'm not proud of it.
Not proud of it too either. I've had that happen.
We all change.
I jumped on the bully train when some of my friends, and they're still close friends, and they or one of them, he's still a close friend. He's past that as well. But when we were just this one kid, he even used to be my friend, and he wasn't my friend anymore. He was more like schoolmates. I still was like mutual. He was like, he's still like good. I don't mind him. But then all of a sudden he just began to get bullied. Not like hysterically, like extreme bullying, but he was like getting pushed around a little every now and then. I just,
he was
for some reason, jumped on it. And that's something I'm not proud of.
Yeah, but the wise thing is that we've all learned from mistakes.
Exactly.
And that's the thing. So, Loopie, take the floor.
Yeah, okay. I'd like to, give my opinion on whether this thing is real or fake. I don't have a clear answer, and I will say why. So, obviously I want to believe this is real, because if this is real, right, the kid pretty much has, the world has this kid's back. This kid is probably the happiest he's ever been because he knows and is aware that the world has his back. That people that maybe his favorite celebrity might have seen it. Maybe, I don't know,
Maybe his favorite celebrity could have donated it.
Yeah, and he also knows that this the money that was raised is also going to anti-bullying campaign, stuff like that.
Exactly.
And
On
for
top,
going to go to Disneyland.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
for dwarfism too.
And for dwarfism too. So if this is real, right? He's pretty much doing something, contributing to changing the world at such a young age, but also keeping his head up because he knows that the world has his back, that there are people who care about him. Because
is there a part of you that believes it's fake?
Yes, and I will explain why.
Okay. We have a little time to explain that.
After the episode, I will look for these videos. I will dig deep. But I have seen the first video that showed me that this might be fake was him flaunting like a bunch of dollar bills or euro bills. I don't know what bills they were.
Australian dollars.
Yeah, Australian dollars, because he's from Australia.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
A bunch of Australian dollar bills. And, he had his mouth open. And I don't know why, but I was comparing the teeth from the video where he's flaunting his cash and the teeth of the clip that went viral. And it's so similar that actually made me think, oh, this is fake.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the details that I look at. Okay. Unfortunately, they're not. Yeah, they are in a certain pattern. I compare. Holy shit, that's him.
Yeah.
I then saw him, wearing this Gucci thing. I thought that was someone else because it didn't look like him.
But then something clicked.
Yeah. Then there was I don't know if it was Facebook Live or Instagram, but it was the mother asking, "So are you gonna, get a girlfriend?
Go fund.
Go fund, friend." And Quaden, shirtless. Quaden, despite the fact he's 9 or maybe older, actually has muscles, which is like is pretty bulky. I'd say, if that makes sense.
Right.
A 9-year-old doesn't have that unless you're Ronaldo's son and you go to the gym every day.
But still, there is a possibility that it could be.
What he replied is, "Of course I am. Look at these guns, N-word."
Yeah. So there is a hint of possibility that it could be fake.
Yes, these are the 2 hints, and I will go around looking for these videos. If you know about the situation, you've seen these, then you will know what I'm talking about.
Leave any thoughts about any part of the podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, leave your thoughts. But
let's just
bullying,
rewind.
Yeah, bullying is just I hate to be the cliche.
It's two-sided. It's a double-edged sword.
It's fucked.
You know why?
Okay. It's fucked because it obviously affects the person. But first of all, you have to also know the reasoning behind, bullying. And this kind of goes back to the whole video game thing, as Xydrra said.
People could suffer themselves with it.
Yeah.
So you may never know what their intention is while bullying. Some people could be due to their upbringing or to hide any weakness on their personality. But let's not forget, while bullying is a shitty thing, bullies are people too that suffer and just are misunderstood.
Yes. Or they just want to be dicks for the hell of it.
Or just want to be dicks for the hell of it.
Because they think it's fun.
Those who suffer, those bullies who truly suffer, I'm sorry.
Please do seek help if you're a bully who does it out of personal stuff, family, maybe something else is on your mind, and the only way to breathe or
to live
without
the influence
is to do that. Please do seek help about it, because whatever you're struggling through, there is always something or someone who can help you cope with it.
Psychologists do really help.
Yeah,
I've
therapy, etc.
I've been bullied as much as you, Xydrra, as well, as you've said several minutes ago. We all have our stories of being bullied, but the thing. Okay, the last level, the highest level bullying can take you is when
Suicide.
Yes, and
Yes.
Which is not the answer.
It's
No.
not the answer. And me being bullied, I am aware that suicide's not the answer, but I still had that sensation of doing it because of this abuse.
I've also you just said. So what I'm getting from that is like you think about it every now and then, like it's still on your mind.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
But the past about bullying is the past, and the hatchet is buried.
Yes.
We went through it, and that's all that matters. We are here now.
And as human beings, I think that we should take that as a lesson to actually do something. And
to learn and to improve and to change in a good way.
Yeah. Because I've also been kind of the person that's in the wrong, not been a bully, but kind of indirectly just been the culprit.
Yeah.
Just watching it happen and not doing anything about it is honestly just as bad.
It's heart crushing.
Yeah.
In a way, it's like something clenches your heart with like a fist and just squeezes it so tight it bursts.
Yeah, I've had to fight two people myself just to stop someone from getting bullied. That kid was probably 11 to 12 years old. Like, it was in my school.
Yeah. Fights are not always the way too.
Fights are not the answer, but when it gets physical, when these two people are getting physical to that kid, like it happened, I'm getting physical with them because that kid looked like he didn't fucking deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
The only time I ever got physical with anybody, I'm sorry for talking about me now.
No,
but
it's okay.
Now that we're talking about like physical, like doing that kind of shit, I remember back in the day in school, I didn't bully anybody, but this one fucking kid, I'm not going to say his name or anything. I'm not going to leak anything. I'm going to make this anonymous because I don't want to get in trouble.
Respect.
This one fucking kid, I swear to God, he would always annoy me and the kid, because me and the kid, when I said earlier that I jumped on a train bullying this one dude. Right.
We've always had one guy.
Back in the day, I used to be really good friends with him until we drifted apart because of personality changes, and it just didn't match that well. But that's another thing. So when he would always try and annoy us. But the funny thing is that I was stronger than him, and like even at that age, I was stronger than him. So I would always beat the ever living fuck out of him.
Oh God!
But I also got like told by my parents that I was such an aggressive child. Like holy hell!
Well, yeah.
But
I was never an aggressive child per se.
But, I was the kid that followed rules, and
I wasn't.
Yeah.
Which is why
everyone has their own stories from whatever, but
well,
I think we have to tell them another time, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
There's also let's get some closing things before we end. But yeah,
before we end, I would just like to say from all three of us, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. I know we kind of dragged this one along much more, but
it's not that
your
much longer.
listening matters. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but still, thank you so much for listening to the eCast. We really hope you enjoy the episode and the episodes next to come. And starting next week, we have guests. No surprise. Surprise. Whatever.
So far, we have two participants. One of them, we will not say who it is. It will be a little surprise.
And the other one will not say who it is because no spoilers.
Yes, no spoilers for
either
of them. But one of them, is someone I tried to contact, but we don't know a date for him. But Loopie also has a guest, and I think that's the guy who's going to be on next week.
Next week will be.
He's coming next week.
But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for listening.
Thank you, everybody.
To the podcast.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. I'm sorry for stealing your. But
I'm trying to do the outro, man. Give me some time.
No, I know, but I
wanted to end on one thing before we do the outro. Is that I looked up I was back to the Quaden situation. I'm gonna make this quick. I just found the GoFundMe. First of all, it's not anyone to do related to Quaden that made the GoFundMe. It's Brad Williams. He is a comedian American comedian that looks like he has dwarfism. I just searched a picture.
Yeah,
Yeah, he has dwarfism as well. And also the thing with Disneyland, they're not going to Disneyland, so all the money that was supposed to go to that is going to, I think, another donation thing. So
we'll see.
Kudos to that.
We'll see.
And in 9 days, their original goal was 10,000. They fucking, oh my Jesus Christ! In 9 days, $468,000. Like holy hell! In 9 days.
Yeah. That it's amazing what people can do.
Yeah. Even if the Quaden situation is fake, all that money is going to charities. So at the end of the day, even if that's fake, it's going to charity. So that's still a good deed.
Yeah, because the comedian is actually like not giving this money to Quaden. Is nothing going to Quaden, or is
no? I don't think anything is going to Quaden. As far as I know,
we don't know.
He did an update because I think the thing that Quaden was supposed to get was the Disneyland thing, but he said that his parents declined it, so that's why it's going to another charity.
Yeah, it's
kind of making me lean, which is good. But anyways, this is the end of the episode. Thank you guys for listening to this podcast. If you enjoyed, and if you are new to this channel, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment what you think. Give us honest opinions. Let us know what you want us to talk about next time, because we will
we'll take this into consideration.
We'll take it into consideration. If it's something we all can do proper research on, or just probably like talk about without it being like stupid, we will most likely do it. So if you're listening to this on YouTube and you have Discord but not part of Loop Squad, please do join it.
And make sure to check out our individual channels down below if you want to see whatever there is to be put out.
Yes, from our personal channels.
I mean, I don't have any content, but I'll make sure to.
Loopie is the most frequent one. Then I think I'm next.
Yeah, but I think maybe I'll start something in the future.
By the time this video is uploaded, I would have already released the song that I made, Nuclear Message. So if
shout out Jim from the pharmacy for beat.
Yeah, Jim from the pharmacy. Shout out to him for making the beat, and shout out
to every single one of y'all who listened, gave us feedback, and told us our opinions. Thank you very much.
I love that last shameless plug for Loopie.
What you guys talked about it.
That's between all of us, though.
Yeah, you guys talked about it, so I was like, hey.
Anyway,
we keep dragging it on.
We keep sidetracking.
Have a great.
Thank you. Yeah.
We hope you have a great weekend, and it's in the E.
It's in the E.
It's in the E.